Crete with ICE and then Crete with CCA, because whatever responsibilities we incur between in our agreement with ICE, we have to sub those out, as it were, to the folks from CCA, and they are fulfilling our obligation. That's,
Where do the citizens come into all that?
well, you will be able to read or see the agreements that we would be entering into and comment on the advisability or the content or whatever, because we have to discuss those in open session.
Plus, like, as you've indicated, and this board's indicated, informational meetings as we go forward, when there's more concrete information that comes out, are going to be held for public input as part of that.
Right.
So,
I mean, 'cause
there's going to be a number of, and that is something that this board wants to have done.
Yeah, if we miss something and say, you know, you should really think about this issue, you should think about that issue, you know, that's why you have the public meetings, you know, because, again, this is not a common everyday occurrence, as well.
But in the end, the contract would need to be given by ordinance. which is
Right,
what-
yeah, right. The attorney just reminded me that at the end of the day, it will require the board to pass an ordinance to adopt a contract. That's the procedural issue that has to happen. And those will be done here at a regular board meeting. So,
Are we cool?
Yeah, hang meat over here.
the gentleman in the back with his two fingers up.
Hello, my name is Thomas Diane, I live at 15 South Hampton Court. I'd like to know, you said this cannot go out to a referendum, but if we presented you with proof that there is a significant opposition in the town to this, would you promise us here that you would take that under consideration?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I, you know, people have submitted us petitions before on other issues. The only thing that I would caution you is, the board, I think, would be, I don't want to say skeptical, but since we don't know under what circumstances you presented it to the person who signed it, you know, because we don't know what you told them, and we are assuming that the person that signed it actually had all the information available to them to make the decision, you know, but it carries weight, there's no doubt about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, I'd like to know, you talked about the economic impact. I personally am against this. I don't like to see the village making money off people's misfortunes.
Well, that's one thing that we have to
I think there
consider.
are other ways of making money if you're interested in making money. But what studies have you looked at that show what the economic impact of housing a prison in your town, what that has resulted in long-term for those cities?
Well, we're in the process of trying to get through that. I will tell you that I think I got it here someplace, but I have a list of every town by zip code someplace. I don't know if I brought it out here with me, but every town by zip code that has a CCA facility in it. Okay, now some of them, you have to remember that CCA has been hired to manage like a county jail in some areas. It's not something that they put up, they were just hired to manage the place, run and hire. So we really need to look at the ones that CCA built and is now operating, so we are comparing apples to apples.
But if you're considering economic impact, wouldn't you also say that if a city houses a prison, whether it's privately run, government run, whatever,
Right.
that this will somehow impact people's decision to move here, to relocate their businesses here?
You would
So
think.
it doesn't necessarily have to be a CCA operation.
You would think so, but I will be totally truthful with you. Some of the places that we've called, their answers may surprise you. There's a place in Arizona, I believe, that we've talked to, and I don't remember what the name of the exact town is, but I think they have 3 facilities, and they actually went out and bought another couple hundred acres because they want more, because the amount of people that it employs and stuff. I mean, really, I will just point out to you that, please, a while back, and I don't remember what year, but I could probably resurrect it. You know, they were talking about moving people out of Pontiac, and they were talking about closing Pontiac, and they were talking about moving people out of Joliet, and some of the local legislators, the state legislators, went crazy about even the notion of that happening. And if you look at the state-built facility, there's a brand new subdivision that's, you know, probably 3,000 feet away. So the issue of home values and people wanting to move to this town or that town, you know, that's a tough one, and it's very subjective, quite frankly.
And it's homework we have yet to do. I mean, we
Yeah.
have to understand that
Yeah.
because this project isn't a project yet, and I say that because we've not been contacted by ICE and that sort of thing, we haven't done a lot of the homework yet, frankly, because we've got other things that we've got to do, you know,
We
staff-wise.
can't just stop the whole operation of the village and
staff-wise.
spend
So,
all of our time
you know,
on this.
you have to do that homework when it's appropriate to do that homework.
And if you think that you have some sort of information that would be of value to us, pass it on, you know.
Right.
I can tell you I know we'll look at it, and most likely we'll verify it, because we like to make sure that the information we get is accurate, you know, and I don't think that that's all we can do. Mr. Seehausen?
Mayor, I'm just curious, is this company, is it on the NASDAQ? And-
I think it's on the New York Stock Exchange, I
Okay,
think.
and do they have competition? Is there another company or other companies like?
There are other ones, I couldn't name you one off the top of my head, but there are other ones, yeah,
Yeah, there are other private providers of these
Right.
types of facilities.
yeah. Jill Hornick?
Jill Hornick, 740 Kent Avenue, unincorporated Crete Township. The statement of objectives, the white paper, Crete/CCA submitted to ICE in response to the statement of objectives. You've had that in your possession all of 2011. When the citizens first started asking questions, why did you not produce those documents? Why are you not producing them now? You've very kindly made photocopies of everything else, and now you want these people to put in FOIA requests?
That's the process, ma'am. The papers all have got all that information. Am I right, Phil? Yep. You got the white papers, don't you?
Yep.
And the Tribune's got them? That's what it is. You know, we would have no way of knowing whether or not you wanted a white paper or not. If you would call us up and talk to us, we would be glad to share that with you. But instead of calling us up, we go out and spread a bunch of bad information and then expect us to feel sorry for what we did. It ain't a happening thing. So, the lady, or the man, or whatever it is back there, has got his hand up. I can't
It's a
tell.
lady.
I can't